What's goody? Hey man, so the NBA, a lot has been happening in the NBA over this last week. Like there's been a lot of great hoops played and everything like that. And bro, I'm really just here to say that we need to appreciate what we are seeing from these great players right now, bro. These older great players at that, bro. What we're used to seeing is guys, as soon as they hit like that 33, 34, bro, they start to become bums. They start to do all of this. They start to look way worse. They start to look like their age. These guys aren't hooping to the level that we've seen them hoop. And while a lot of these guys aren't doing exactly what we saw them do in their primes because they're 35 plus years old, we have to appreciate what we're seeing from these older guys, bro. A few nights ago, we had Steph Curry drop 50 against the Nets. The man had dropped 40 something. He dropped, I think, exactly 40 and hit what, in my opinion, was maybe the craziest three of his entire life. James Harden the other day dropped 50 after Malik Beasley was talking about some he's an easier at a guard. Well, James Harden goes out there and drops 50, and Malik Beasley's like, hey, man, he dropped 50, my fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just insane. LeBron went over there, talked to Stephen A. Smith about the way he was talking about his son mid-game, then goes back out there. Him and Luka go out there and hoop against the Knicks and walk them boys down in OT. LeBron dropped a 32-point, 12 assist double-double with 4 steals and 7 boards, bro. Like, Steph Curry, since Jimmy Butler has been a Warrior, they're 10-1, and the man is averaging 30 points. He dropped 50 one day, he dropped 44 against the Nets or something. Like, bro, what we are seeing right now isn't normal, and we have to start appreciating this. There's been a whole lot of talks recently about how bad the NBA media has been, and people are excited for Amazon and NBC to get some media teams because we're trying to see if they're going to do anything differently. I've been seeing people asking for this sport to be covered more like the NFL, where we have more analysts who are really watching all 32 teams and who aren't trying to push agendas, man. And all of that stuff is valid criticisms. All of that stuff is real, true stuff that's actually happening, that's actual problems, right? Please, 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 please don't get me wrong. But at a time where there's just so much negativity around the game, I just want to highlight some of these guys that are hooping. I want to highlight some of this positivity. I want to highlight guys like James Harden and Kawhi who are having good seasons, or guys like Steph Curry and LeBron that are doing amazing things despite their age. I want to highlight a guy in Nikola Jokic, and some of those assists that I saw that they were counting were definitely borderline. I don't care. The man dropped a 30-20-20 game. That isn't all fake stats. You know what I'm saying? Like, that man was hooping. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander the other day dropped the 40 piece. He has like more 40-point games this season than anyone else, I believe. So the MVP race is heating up and everything like that. Like, at a certain point, bro, I just want to give these guys their flowers. At a certain point, I don't want to talk about agendas. I don't want to talk about award races. I don't want to talk about playoff races. I don't want to talk about any of that stuff. I want to talk about how Zion Williamson has been absolutely hooping this entire season, especially over the last 12 to 15 games. He's been absolutely hooping. The Pelicans are playing for literally nothing, but that man Zion has been simply hooping. I want to talk about how Giannis got to 20,000 points and has been absolutely hooping himself, looking just like continuously being a consistent top 2 to top 3 player in the world, and nobody's talking about it. I want to give him flowers. I want to give flowers to Damian Lillard, who's been having an absolutely phenomenal season, bro. Like, guys have just been hooping, like, genuinely, bro. Over the last month or so, even Josh Giddey has looked amazing. You know what I'm saying? And I am not at all a fan of Josh Giddey's game, bro. But the man has been absolutely hooping with the on-court stuff lately. Jason Tatum recently has been hooping. The Celtics have been missing starters and everything like that, but that boy Tatum has literally been hooping, bro. Like, we gotta just give some love. We gotta give some love. We gotta give some respect. And like, it's like, the Lakers haven't been losing. The Warriors haven't been losing. Like, it's like this stuff that we are seeing from a lot of these guys, not just the older guys, but just a lot of these guys in general, is absolutely insane stuff, bro. Like, is there anybody I'm forgetting? Kevin Durant last night against the Nuggets to send them into OT had a great game. Devin Booker last night dropped 30-something points. Now, they lost because Jokic had the only 30-20-20 game ever, but the man was hooping. They were doing great things. I'm trying to see if there's like anybody that I'm forgetting that's been having just great games. That's just been hooping, that's been doing phenomenal things. Because I'm trying to give everybody their flowers. But you know what? One thing I do want to talk about that's a little more negative, and I want to get this out here because I'm never sports betting again, bro. Last night, my girlfriend was like, "You should place a parlay." We were at lunch, or blah blah blah. She was like, "You should place a parlay." The topic came up, and I was like, "I haven't placed one in a few months." She was like, "You know what? You should." I was like, "Okay, I placed one." I bet on all 8 NBA games that were going to be played last night. As the 8th game, the Knicks versus the Clippers, was on the television, as it was in the 4th quarter, the Nuggets game was coming to a close. There was about 11 seconds left in the Knicks game when the Nuggets game ended. I was 7 for 7 at that point. FanDuel wouldn't let me cash out. At one point, I was 5 for 5. We checked FanDuel, the cash out, it was a $10 bet. The payout was about $280. The cash out after going 5 for 5 was about $30. I'm thinking, man, there's 3 games left. I'm 5 for 5. I'm not about to cash out and get only $30. Like, if it was $100, I'd have cashed out 10 times out of 10. But like $30, I was like, man, we might as well take the risk. We get to 7 out of 7. The Knicks are the team that I bet on because I didn't know if Jalen Brunson was going to play or not. I hadn't looked too deeply into his injury, which was my fault. Don't get me wrong. I'm taking complete responsibility for that. But I didn't look too deep into it. But I was like, you know what? Whether he plays or not, I have some faith in this team. I was like, they can beat the Clippers. The Clippers defense hasn't held anybody to under 100 points since like January. This is one of the best offenses in the league. Cat's going to play. I have faith. Them boys lost, but that's not the problem. I'm actually very mad about the way they lost, especially because Cam Payne was out there playing for the other team. Miles McBride was out there playing for the other team. Cat had a -17, but I'm going to give Cat a pass because of all he's got going on right now. I'm going to give him a pass. But FanDuel is a scam, is my point. Bro, I'm 7 for 7. You won't let me cash out. You like the cash out unavailable? What do you mean cash out unavailable? I'm 7 for 7. I should have an option to get my cash right now. When I'm 5 for 5 on an 8-team parlay, I feel like my cash out should be a little more than $30 when the pay-in was $10. And the payout that I could get is literally is $280. I feel like I deserve more than that. But whatever. Anyways, tonight, man, a lot of hoops that I'm excited for. This was just a little bit of a yap session, a little bit of an appreciation session. Because even I have been so negative. Like, we've talked so much about the Mavericks trade and how much I hate what's happening for the Mavericks fans, which I do. How much I can't stand what Nico Harrison's done and the way that he turned this team around in the worst way possible in just over a month. I've talked so much about what the Sixers should do with Joel Embiid and Paul George. And I even talked about how the Mavs should shut things down. I talked about how the Pelicans have been absolutely a disappointing team this season. There's been so much negativity. Not around just necessarily my channel, because I try not to push a whole bunch of negativity, a whole bunch of hate, but like just in the basketball world, there's been a lot of negativity going around, just especially since the All-Star game. I feel like there's been a ton of negativity going around, right? And this is just a video where I wanted to come on here and be positive. Listen, man, tonight there was a bunch of great hoops going on. Pelicans Rockets could end up being a very good game. Pacers Hawks could be a very good game. Bulls Heat could be a very good game. I don't think Magic Bucks would be a very good game because the Magic just haven't looked great recently, so I'm going to take the Bucks. But then the primetime TV game, Lakers Celtics, all at the same time as that's on. Pistons Warriors. Like, there's just so much hoops that's going on tonight, bro. And I'm excited for all of it. I hope y'all are too. Appreciate the stuff that's going on in the NBA while it's going on. A lot of this stuff we'll never see again. We'll never see another Steph, another LeBron, another KD. We'll never see what Jokic is doing again. So yeah, I love y'all and I appreciate y'all, bro. Thank you for watching, and let me know what y'all want to see next.